What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the gaming news for the week with Cowabunga Gaming. I'm your host, Colin, or AKA Mr. Cowa. All right, for let's see, this week's updates, I got a few things for you, and then obviously, right before I start going over things, I'd like to do a little bit of a recap of what has gone on this week. And what has gone on this week is really basically just a bunch of the Technomancer uploads. That is the game that I have been playing the most, because the game that I was playing alongside it was Hard Reset Redux, but I finished it, and now I'm on the Technomancer, and we'll see what happens with the rest of July. If I wind up beating Technomancer pretty soon here, I'm probably just going to hop into... gotta think about this one. Because I got 2 games to the side for filler content, which is Dishonored and the Borderlands collection. I'll probably hop into Dishonored because I know Borderlands is going to take longer to go through. So if I beat it before the end of July, and that's also another if I don't get this game called Adrift. You're like an astronaut, and I believe the space station you're on or a spaceship you're on blows up or something. You got to try and figure out how to get back home. It looked interesting to me, but as of right now, I don't have the extra cash flow to get it. Because otherwise, I probably would have already gotten it. But as of right now, it's the Technomancer, and I will probably more than likely beat the Technomancer before July is done, and we'll hop into Dishonored. And then at the beginning of August is obviously the very anticipated No Man's Sky. I will be playing that. And then also in August, at the beginning of August, is also supposed to be the DLC for Layers of Fear, where you are the guy's daughter. I really want to get my hands on that as well. And then at the end of August is Deus Ex Mankind Divided, and we'll be playing that as well. So that is the gaming update for right now. So just remember, I'm going to continue playing the Technomancer. I think, let's see, I have part 18 I need to upload, and then obviously I'll be uploading this video later as well. And yeah, that's really about it that I got on information on the updates for the what's been going on with me gaming and everything. All right. Okay, now let's get into some stuff here for you guys. The first thing I want to go over is, let's see, Batman Return to Arkham. It's a completion pack that features remastered versions of Batman Arkham Asylum and Arkham City for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. It is saying it will launch in November at the earliest. And this is according to multiple sources speaking to Eurogamer. Return to Arkham was supposed to launch on July 26th, but at the end of June, Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment confirmed the game was indefinitely delayed. Sources told Eurogamer that Return to Arkham was not shaping up well enough to launch on schedule. Developer Vertos Games was apparently struggling with frame rate issues. This matches up with what a Warner Brothers representative said last month when announcing the delay. While frame rate problems were not specifically cited, the statement mentioned that the delay was necessary to give the team more time to deliver a polished Batman Arkham game experience, suggesting there were some issues. After reviewing the progress of the project, the team at WB Games was decided to has decided to delay the release of Batman Return to Arkham to give the team a Virtuous Games additional time to deliver a polished Batman Arkham game experience. We do not have a release date yet, and we'll be sure to communicate that once we are sure the game will be ready. We know this is disappointing news, but we feel the extra time will allow the team to create the best gaming experience to our fans. Following multiple leaks, Batman Return to Arkham was officially announced in May. In addition to the base games, players will receive all Game of the Year extras and downloadable content. Overall, Warner Brothers said players can expect improved graphics and upgraded models, environments, lighting, effects, and shaders. While the original games were powered by the Unreal Engine 3, the remasters are being developed by Virtuous using Unreal Engine 4. Virtuous Previews worked on Heavy Rain's PS4 version and contributed to Uncharted 4: A Thief's End. Additionally, the company created assets for Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Okay, and that's what I got on that. I know that was a... there was some people out there, that were interested in that. So I figured I'd give you guys the 411 on what's going on with that. Need a sip of my wonderful Nectar of the Gods coffee. I drink this stuff way too much. Way too much. But I love it, though. It's fantastical. Okay. Now... I don't think I'll be playing the remastered Batman games when they come out. I just don't think I'm going to... I don't think at that time, if they do come out in May at the latest, or not May, November at the latest, I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit them in my schedule. It's already pretty busy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I know the worst Batman game that was made, from what I've heard from several people, and it's not one that I played, was Batman Origins. People did, or was it Batman Arkham Origins, or is it just called Batman Origins? I don't remember. But I know a lot of people did not like it. I didn't play it, but I had way more than enough people saying, don't waste your time on it. Alright, next thing we're going into is the biggest deal that's going on right now. Pokemon Go. I'm not one of the people playing this, just because if I were to play this, my data would go through the roof. Alright, so let's get into this. Pokemon Go, the newly released mobile game that challenges players to catch Pokemon in the real world, reached the top of the charts for its release last week. Now, a new report puts the game's enormity into perspective, claiming it is bigger than dating app Tinder. According to data from SimilarWeb via Business Insider, as of July 8th, Pokemon Go was installed on 5.16% of all Android devices in the US. That number may not seem huge, but there are more than 1 billion Android devices out there today. For comparison, Pokemon Go is well ahead of Tinder when it comes to installs on US Android phones. Some other impressive Pokemon Go stats are centered around engagement. More than 60% of people who download the app are using it every day. The report said, additionally, Pokemon Go is reportedly closing in on overtaking the well-known and widely used social networking site Twitter when it comes to its number of daily active users. Another standout stat is that as of July 8th, people are using Pokemon Go for an average of 43 minutes and 23 seconds every day. That's higher than WhatsApp, Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook Messenger. And then for more, check out the blog and the blog that's in the thing I'm reading. Bear in mind that these numbers are only for US Android users. The game is also available for iOS devices. Pokemon Go is coming to international markets such as Canada and Europe, but not right now, but it is. Although Pokemon Go is not made by Nintendo, the game appears to be helping the Japanese game giant's business significantly. Shares initially rose by 10% last week. After the game launched, now on the Tokyo Stock Exchange, Nintendo shares jumped by as much as 25%, the biggest single-day increase since 1983. Damn. Pokemon Go is developed by Niantic Labs in collaboration with the Pokemon Company. Nintendo owns a part of that company, which may explain the surging stock price. The game is free, though there are some items player can spend real money to acquire. Given the game's massive user base, those microtransactions may prove to be lucrative. In other news about Pokemon Go, Niantic Labs has laid out some of its plans for new features coming in the future, such as a trading system and improvements to AR. Alright, guys. That is what I got on the whole Pokemon thing. I just wanted to read a little bit of that out to you guys, just so there were people out there, so you guys understood the size of it and how ridiculous people have gotten with it. Like it's gotten crazy. I mean, that was just in like it blew up like basically almost overnight. It blew up. Very impressive. But I also know there's, a huge Pokemon fan base out there as well. I never really got into the whole Pokemon thing. And not because like I didn't try or anything, it was just really just because there was a very long period of time in my life where I didn't really watch TV that much and I was out a lot. And then when I came home, it was just go to bed, and then, or it would be I was out with friends all the time, so I never really just had time to sit down and watch or try to get into it. I mean, I would watch sometimes here and there, but I never watched for long periods of time. It would just be like a couple minutes, and then I'd change the channel to something else I would be interested in. And then the last thing that I wanted to go over with you guys is a little bit of stuff on Mass Effect Andromeda. Oh, I'm saying that right. I don't know if it's Andromeda or Andromeda. Not sure, but whatever. I think it's Andromeda. Not sure. That's what I think. All right, here we go, guys. There's an object hurtling towards each one of us this very second. It's massive, unstable, and mysterious. It's the Andromeda Galaxy, one of the Milky Way's closest neighbors on a cosmic scale, and it is setting for the nearest entry in the storied Mass Effect franchise. As in the case with our colossal friend, we don't know all that much about the Mass Effect Andromeda. We know it will feature a new protagonist. We know it will ignore the choices made in earlier Mass Effect games. We also know that many of the project's developers are new to the series. As for gameplay, or a closer look at how Andromeda will work, BioWare hasn't shown us much, but we can take a look at what we know about the game's setting. That is the actual Andromeda Galaxy Mass Effect is. Of course, science fiction and the development team will take artistic liberties with the galaxy they're creating, but several defining characteristics of our celestial neighbor are worth considering as BioWare molds a new world for Mass Effect Andromeda. The mass relays sparked it all. Interstellar travel, the discovery of new civilizations, the Reapers, and their endless cycle of harvesting sentient life. Okay, these Herculean relays left throughout the Milky Way by the Reapers millennia before their return in the Mass Effect trilogy were planted to accelerate the rate at which species evolve, thereby decreasing the time the Reapers had to wait before their next purge. And I never got to play the Mass Effect series either. Not a single one of them. I wish I did, but it wasn't in the cards for me at that time when all those games came out. But when Mass Effect Andromeda comes out, I will be playing that. Okay, but the relays from the original trilogy were seemingly only capable of interstellar transport, not intergalactic travel. This implies that the civilizations of the original trilogy stumbled upon something else that allows them to reach Andromeda, or that there were relays in Andromeda all along, and the Reaper's domain is astoundingly wider than we originally thought. At a distance of 2.3 million light-years away, Andromeda is the most distant object we can see on clear nights with our naked eye. The newest Mass Effect trailer shows a spaceship emerging from light speed and a character waking from a deep sleep. Deep sleep? What? Deep sleep. This could point to some sort of cryo technology humans developed to allow for extensive survival times. However, it would need to be advanced to reach the Andromeda galaxy at normal speed. It would take... Okay, you guys ready for this? 785.200.000.000.000 years. To reach it at the speed of light, it would take 2.540.000. That's crazy. That's a lot of numbers. There's always a chance that various civilizations, having survived the Reaper Purge, studied the relays enough to figure out pinpoint intergalactic travel. It's also possible they're simply catapulting spaceships millions of light years into the distance and landing them safely in foreign mysterious galaxies. In the grand scheme of things, the Andromeda Galaxy isn't that far from the Milky Way, as the two biggest formations in the local group of the Virgo cluster, they're right next door to each other. But the respective sizes and mass, on the other hand, are on different levels entirely. Whereas the Milky Way has about 300 billion stars within its gravitational confines, the Andromeda Galaxy has closer to 1 trillion, according to observations by the Spitzer Space Telescope in 2006. And while our home formation is about 110,000 light years in diameter, Andromeda doubles that. Of course, BioWare won't be able to truly capture something of that scope, but it does open the new setting up to more flexibility in terms of planet types, solar system compositions, and the diversity of sentient species. One of the most alluring aspects of the original trilogy was its variety and creativity with its worlds and their inhabitants. If Mass Effect Andromeda presents an entirely new galaxy, as BioWare says it will, they'll have an entirely new galactic history to explore, complete with politics, cultures, and characteristics of its own. And the Andromeda Galaxy is a melting pot of stars that formed over the course of 10 billion years. At one point, about 2 billion years after its birth, it collided with another galaxy, creating the massive spiral formation we can see today. The Andromeda Galaxy is also somewhat of an intergalactic assassin. During its lifespan, it has not only collided with other formations, but actually stolen stars from neighboring satellite galaxies, ripping them away with its gravitational pull. The huge ring of clouds that orbits the galaxy actually consists of the remains of another massive galaxy that Andromeda absorbed billions of years ago. Damn. That's awesome. It's crazy shit. It's awesome, though. In fact, in 4 billion years, Andromeda will likely collide with us as opposed to most other celestial bodies. Our neighboring galaxy is moving towards the Milky Way at a rate of about 250,000 miles per hour, according to NASA. Over the course of millions of years, the two neighbors will gradually mesh, merging the supermassive black holes at their centers and possibly ejecting stars out of the galaxy with gravitational disturbances. Well, you know what? In 4 billion years, if Andromeda collides into us, I'm not going to care because I'm not going to be alive. I don't even know if anybody will be alive on Earth 4 billion years from now. Okay. Bearing any monumental time-hopping narrative devices, Andromeda's timeline likely won't take this collision into account. Besides, our sun will have burned all terrestrial life 25 million years before the formation happens. Well, there's that answer. But the Mass Effect franchise has always revolved around big picture issues, such as the Reaper cycle and long extinct civilization. If BioWare wants to make use of its new setting, it has a variety of overarching scientific possibilities to consider. And then another thing, in 25 million years, when the sun kills everybody, won't be alive again. So another reason not worried about it. All right, guys. That is what I got for that. All right. Need some more coffee because we love it. All right. So, to wrap things up here for you gentlemen and you ladies, this week I will be playing more Technomancer, and if by somehow, some way, I can get the money to get Adrift, I'll start playing that. Otherwise, I will be playing more Technomancer this week. If we do not finish, or no wait, I said that wrong. Sorry. If we finish Technomancer this month, which I am positive, I'm more than positive, we will finish Technomancer before the end of July. We will jump into Dishonored because that's what I got for filler content. Well, actually, we'll either jump into Adrift because I'm hoping that before the end of July I can get money to buy Adrift. But Adrift's not going to be a long game anyways. It might be like a 4-hour game or something like that. So we'll play Adrift really quick, and then we'll hop into Dishonored. That's if I get the money for Adrift. If not, we'll just hop right into Dishonored. And then at the beginning of August, like I said, is No Man's Sky. I cannot wait to play that. I think it's going to be pretty awesome. Also at the beginning of August, again, this is if I get the money, is the DLC for Layers of Fear where you play as the daughter. And then at the end of August is I keep blanking out every time I think of what the heck's at the end of August. I blank out every time. I know what it is. God damn it. Deus Ex Mankind Divided. Jesus. Getting old. Getting old. God damn it. All right, and that is a wrap for this week's gaming news update for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. Please do me a favor. Hit that like button for me. And if you really like it, be a part of the Turtle team. Because as you guys know, I'm a big fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. As you can see the poster I have behind me. Actually, it's that way, or no, that way. And every week, just remember, guys, every week I have a video, every single week of the news updates that I find for you guys. So just remember that, and obviously, hop on the channel anytime you guys would like, and go through the content I have, because I have a lot of content on there for you guys. I'm getting close to 2,000 videos on my channel. That's pretty cool. That's a lot. That's a lot of videos. That's a lot of game time I've put in. That's it. All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and that's about it, guys. We'll see you next week. Guys, stay safe, be careful, and that is a wrap for this week's news. All right, guys, deuces.